Have you ever tripped over nothing while walking completely alone, and then immediately looked around to check if anyone saw you? Or maybe you were home by yourself, replaying a conversation from 3 years ago in your head, and suddenly felt your face go hot with embarrassment all over again. Nobody was there. Nobody was watching. Nobody even remembered that moment except you. And yet, your body reacted as if the whole world was watching. Your cheeks flushed. Your stomach dropped. Your brain screamed with cringe. But why? Embarrassment is supposed to be a social emotion. It is supposed to happen when other people see you mess up. When you trip in front of a crowd. When you say the wrong thing at the wrong moment. When everyone is looking. So why do millions of people feel deep, burning embarrassment completely alone? In empty rooms in the middle of the night with nobody present at all? Why does your brain punish you for mistakes that nobody witnessed, nobody remembers, and nobody cares about? The answer to this question reaches deep into the science of human psychology, the evolution of the social brain, and one of the most powerful and mysterious forces that shapes everything you do, your inner audience. Today we are going to find out exactly why humans feel embarrassed even when no one is watching, and the answer will completely change how you understand yourself. So here is the key scientific discovery that explains everything. Inside every human brain, running constantly, never switching off, is something scientists call the inner audience. This is a mental simulation of other people that your brain runs automatically, all the time, even when you are completely alone. Here is how it works. Human beings evolved as intensely social creatures. For hundreds of thousands of years, our ancestors lived in small, tight tribal groups where being accepted, respected, and liked by the group was literally a matter of life and death. If the group rejected you, if they saw you as incompetent, embarrassing, or unworthy, you could be cast out. And being cast out from the group in the ancient world meant almost certain death. So the human brain developed an incredibly powerful monitoring system, a constant internal simulation of how other people see you, how they judge you, and how they react to everything you do. This simulation runs 24 hours a day. It does not switch off when you are alone. It does not switch off when you sleep. It is always running in the background, watching you, evaluating you, judging you, even when there is not a single real person in sight. This is your inner audience. And when you trip alone in an empty hallway, your inner audience sees it. When you remember an old embarrassing moment at 3 a.m., your inner audience is replaying it. When you cringe at something you said years ago, your inner audience is still in the room, still watching, still judging. But here is where things get even more fascinating. The inner audience is not just made up of imaginary other people. The most powerful and most critical member of your inner audience is you. Scientists have discovered that humans have a unique ability called self-conscious emotion processing. This means you can step outside yourself, look at yourself from the outside, and judge yourself as if you were another person watching. No other animal can do this with anywhere near the sophistication that humans can. A dog that runs into a glass door does not lie awake that night cringing about it. A chimpanzee that drops its food in front of the group forgets about it in minutes. But a human being can remember an embarrassing moment from 20 years ago and still feel the exact same hot flush of shame as if it happened 5 minutes ago. Why? Because humans have what scientists call a theory of mind, the ability to model what other people think, feel, and believe. And we apply this same ability to ourselves. We model what a version of ourselves would think if it were watching us from the outside. We become our own harshest critic, our own most judgmental audience member. And here is the most fascinating scientific discovery. Brain scans show that when people feel embarrassed alone, the exact same regions of the brain activate as when they feel embarrassed in public. The medial prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for thinking about what others think of you, lights up just as brightly when you are alone as when you are surrounded by people. Your brain literally cannot tell the difference between real embarrassment and imagined embarrassment. So here is the extraordinary truth we have uncovered today. That burning embarrassment you feel when nobody is watching, that cringe you experience alone at 3 a.m. over something that happened years ago, is not a flaw in your brain. It is not weakness. It is not irrational. It is actually one of the most sophisticated and uniquely human features your brain possesses. It is proof that you have a fully functioning social brain, one that cares so deeply about connection, belonging, and reputation that it never fully switches off. Not even when you are alone. Not even when you are asleep. Your inner audience is always there, because for your ancient ancestors, forgetting about social judgment even for a moment could have cost them everything. That relentless inner critic that replays your embarrassing moments and makes you cringe alone in an empty room. It kept your ancestors alive. It made them careful, self-aware, and socially intelligent. And it is the same force that drives humans to be kind, empathetic, cooperative, and deeply connected to each other. So the next time you feel embarrassed with nobody watching, smile. Because what you are feeling is not weakness. It is the ancient social intelligence of your species. Still running, still working, still keeping you human. If this video made you see yourself differently, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Because we have so many more mind-blowing questions waiting for you. See you in the next one.